Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. It is currently 3 o'clock on January 1st and I am back to film my yearly flip through. I would like to call it an end of year, but the year has already ended. So it is going to just be my beginning of the year flip through. So yeah, a lot has changed since my yearly flip through last year. Like a lot. It's like my collection exponentially grew throughout the year. And then all of a sudden, I, at the very end of the year, just decided to cut half of that collection out. And now it's like I'm starting fresh again with new goals and all of that. So yeah, in this video, I'm going to flip through all of my photo cards that I have, show you what I have. Of course, I'll show you the photo cards that are not in my binders like I did last year that I just have on display in my room, which are pretty much the same photo cards that I had last year on display, but you know, it's been a while since then. So, yeah. And then we'll talk about my collecting goals for this next year. And then I'll even talk about some of my YouTube goals that I have, because maybe that'll help me stay on track with filming and whatnot. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into what I think will be a long video. So let's grab a snack and let's get into it. Okay, first things first, we're going to start off with my smallest binder. I like to do this because, you know, I don't want to start with all of the big collections first, I guess. I don't know why I'll always start with the smallest binders, but I do. And here we are. This is my Miscellaneous binder. At one point, it was like AT/NCT, or at least last year my flip through, I believe that's what this was. You know, it would have probably been smart of me to rewatch my collection video from last year, but here we are. Anyways, this is my Miscellaneous binder now, where I put photo cards from boy and girls, solo or groups in here that I buy their albums and I just want to store their photo cards. I'm not one of those people who would just buy an album and leave the photo cards in the album just because I don't collect their photo cards. So this binder is specifically for those albums that I buy, because I do like to buy albums for groups that I don't collect, because sometimes you see an album and it's just really cool, like Key's Pleasure Shop little cup one, or Taemin's shoebox from Guilty. Those were albums off the top of my head that I was like, those are really cool, I have to buy them. So this is that. Yeah, there's not much to it, honestly. I do kind of have it split up into girl groups or solo girls. Actually, I don't know that I have any solo girls in here, but I do have girl groups. And so, yeah, at the moment, I don't actually collect any girl groups. And it's not because I don't listen to girl groups. It's just that I don't have the urge to collect them. But yeah, I do collect a lot of boy groups though. And here's all my miscellaneous boys. I do have soloists in here like Taemin, Suho, Key. And so, yeah. And then the boys. I would love to start collecting for the boys, but if you watched my last video, you know that here recently collecting has gotten a bit overwhelming with what I'm currently collecting. So that is not a goal of mine, is to start any new collections. In fact, we can just say my first goal of this next year is going to be maintain what I currently have. Don't start anything new. That's what it needs to be, at least, if you know what I mean. So that was it for the Miscellaneous binder. Like I said, it wasn't a lot, but, you know, I do like it. It's cute, and she does have room to grow. Hopefully this year I'll buy some more, you know, albums for groups, you know, if they're, you know, visually appealing or they just really catch my eye. But yeah. It's been a while since I've bought just a random album from someone I don't collect. I think the last one was Key's Pleasure Shop. if that tells you how long ago that was, because that's been a few months at this point. So anyways, okay, now we are back with my newest Ateez binder. If you watched my last video, you'll see that I downsized my Ateez collection a lot. But I'm really happy with what I moved into here and all that. Moving forward for the next year, there won't be like an insane amount of changes to this binder. Because really moving forward, I'm not going to be collecting like specific like album cards or anything like that. It's just like if I find a card and I like it enough, I'm going to buy it and put it in this binder. So yeah. But yeah, I don't have a lot for this binder anymore, but what I can say is what I do have in this binder, I know for sure that I love these photo cards, and you know, I'm happy they're in my collection. But yes, it definitely has changed. I used to have an A4 binder for them, and now I'm down to just these photo cards. These back here are all just empty pages for me to grow into and whatnot, but for now, this is my Ateez binder. I am happy with it, and it's not overwhelming feeling when I look at this binder. I'm like, yeah, I can deal with what I have in here. I think as far as Ateez collecting goes, it's like they have to be your ults to really keep up with everything that they drop, because they are very heavy on merch and photo cards and stuff like that, which isn't a bad thing. And they put out some of the absolute cutest photo cards, like 100%. But yeah, for now, I'm just going to have to live vicariously through Just Shy here on YouTube. She has like the most incredible Ateez collection. So if you're wanting to see an amazing Ateez collection, go check her out. There's a few others that have great Ateez collections here on YouTube. But I will not be one of those. But you'll still get to see some Ateez cards. Don't worry. Just not as many as they have. So anyways, let's move on to the next binder. Okay, next up we have what I would call my OG collection. This is the collection that started K-pop collecting for me, and yeah, I think I said that last year, but it's still true. This is my Jimin binder, or my Jimin / BTS binder, because there are BTS cards in here. It's not just Jimin, but it's mainly Jimin. And yes, he is the first person that I started collecting stuff for in K-pop. And obviously, I adore him. He literally is my baby. Love him so much. And yeah, flipping through this last year, I swear I had a goal, like, don't keep me. I really need to start like holding on to these goals and putting them in a list somewhere, but I just say them and then I forget them. But I swear last year a goal of mine was to complete all his album cards, but as you can see, I have not done that. I did get some of his album cards though, and he also had an actual album release this year that I did get all the photo cards for. So, you know, I tried. But obviously, like I said, this year there was a lot of unexpected things that happened this year in collecting for me, which kind of deterred me on a bunch of my goals that I had set for myself, or maybe I set goals that were too big. So this year, I'm just trying to keep it kind of simple with my goals. And so once again, going on my list at number 2 is going to be complete my Jimin album cards. So not JK, not anyone else in BTS, but my Jimin album cards, which really is for the older albums, because as you can see, here's his newest album right here, Muse, and I have the photo cards from it. So yeah, then we have JK's solo album, But yeah. If you don't know, JK is my wrecker, and so that's why I have his solo album stuff in here. I did have the other members, but as I've been downsizing, I decided to downsize some of that as well and not keep up with all of their solo stuff. So these are mini tour PCs, then the light stick PCs. Is it bad that I say I like these light stick version 3s versus special edition? This is not light stick, by the way. This is from one of their merch things. And then concept cards. But yeah, another thing that when I downsized, which I haven't posted, but I'm getting rid of a lot of BTS merch because, you know, I've never been able to do a room tour because my collection shelves are just so full of just stuff, and I just have really been needing to organize that. So maybe I can finally get that organized now that I'm getting rid of a bunch of bigger items. This always moves on me. Okay, anyways, that was my BTS Jimin Binder. Like I said, my second collecting goal of the year is going to be complete all his album cards. So I really don't have that many. I just need to stay focused. So that is this binder. Let's go ahead and we'll move on to my Sunoo binder. Okay, we are back with my Sunoo binder. This is kind of what I would consider also, in a way, one of my OG collections, because after BTS, Enhypen was the second group that I started collecting. There was just a long period where all I collected was BTS. Those were the days. I mean, not really, because I enjoy collecting cards from other groups and stuff like that, but those kind of were the days because it was so simple. And yeah, and then I decided to start collecting Enhypen. Have not changed my mind on that. Like, look at his face. It's so cute. So anyways, I collect Sunoo from Enhypen, if you weren't aware. He's been my bias since Island. He literally is just my son. So cute. So stinking cute. I collect album cards for him. Very, very rare will you see me get pobs for him. I'll get Target cards for him, but I will not really do pobs for him. It's very, very rare that I do that. And I don't even do Japanese albums. I just do Korean albums for him. Makes things simple. As we can see, I do have some fillers here for cards that I'm missing. We'll make that my third goal for the year. Like I said, we're sticking with very simple collecting goals this year, so I don't get overwhelmed. Because collecting shouldn't be overwhelming, honestly, but it's going to be to complete Sunoo's album cards. I am basically, like, I really only am missing, like, a few, honestly. So I do have pobs down here. I lied. I said I don't really have pobs for him, and then these are pobs down here. I told y'all it was very rare that I did get pobs for him. But anyways, I really just have like a few, and honestly, some of these are on the way. They're in my warehouse, so they just didn't make, like my Pokemon warehouse, they just didn't make it before, you know, this video was filmed. So yeah, so I don't have that many. I have not set up for the new album yet because I haven't even purchased it yet or photo cards from it. So that'll be set up, but hopefully I can just complete what I'm missing for now, and then, you know, moving forward, stay caught up too. This back here is not photo cards. It's just bigger things from the albums that I've left in this. I don't really do inclusions from albums in my binder anymore. because honestly, that is overwhelming in itself, trying to put all these away, and you have to have different pockets, and I'm just like, no. So if it's like got Sunoo on it, occasionally you'll see me put it away in the binder, but that's not a priority. I just have this random page in here. Obviously, I didn't do a good job after downsizing in this binder of cleaning up. But yeah, this is where we're at the moment. And then this is just tour merch that I kept. So I got these photo cards at the Fate tour that I went to. And more merch, and then like random cards back here. So that is that, and the end of my Sunoo binder. But yes, hopefully this year I can complete his album cards. I just, like I said with Jimin, I gotta stay focused. There's not that many, so I don't know why. I guess I've been distracted, which is believable. So let's go ahead and let's move on to my next binder now. Next up is my NCT binder. Now, last year, I did not even have this collection. I literally had like a Nemo version that had, concept cards of each member from 127, and it was it Two Baddies or Fact Check? It may have been Two Baddies. I think it was Two Baddies. Two Baddies is where Mark had red hair, right? I don't know. When we get to it, I'll be like, oh, this was the one. But that's literally all I had in my NCT collection last year. And now I have an A4 binder for NCT. So wild. And I made my covers specifically for my NCT bias line, which is 10, Taeyong and Mark. And yeah, I'm so happy with collecting NCT. Now, is it something I thought that I wanted? No, in fact, when my friend brought up collecting NCT, I was like, you're funny because there's so many of them. But thanks to 10, he was kind of, like my escape route into like collecting the rest of NCT. So yeah, this is my NCT binder. And I do have this split up. This is like my wavy section. Wavy is probably my favorite, subunit in NCT. I really love wavy, and it could be because my ult is in wavy that I love wavy so much. But I really just enjoy their music too. They have awesome music, and I just really love them. So yes, if you see more wavy than other groups, it's because, I just love them. But yeah, but I do see a lot of blank spots. I downsized recently, so I'm missing a lot of like filler spots. So I guess my third goal for collecting would be to go in and actually fill up these blank spots so that, it's more aesthetically pleasing to look at my binder. Here's this. I kind of got to do this since they're double-sided. Then we have the season's greetings. I have not purchased any season's greetings, y'all, for 2025. I don't know what's wrong with me. I do. I just got behind and I haven't purchased anything, but more than likely it'll either be Stray Kids or Wavies, just because those are my top two groups. But, oh, by the way, we're in 127 section now. We have my Taeyong with a little bit of Jaehyun, and then Jaehyun page. And more Jaehyun. But, yeah, I will eventually get a season's greetings. hopefully soon. But yeah, Wavy, it always kills it with their themes. So it may be Wavy, but we'll see. This is what I was talking about. This is all I had from NCT in January of last year. You keep in mind, you have not seen my Mark and Taeyong and 10 binder yet. So, yeah, or was it this? Oh, I'm backwards. It was this. So it was fact check. Because this is fact check, right? Yeah. It was fact check, not Two Baddies. But either way, it was literally one of these versions that I was like, what the heck? And now it's what it is. And I collect them, and I'm so excited. By the way, for NCT, I don't really like, besides, you know, my biases, I don't really like, these cards are just because I get these cards and I'm like, look at this Renjun. I can't let go of it. So this is why I have these extra cards in here. But no regrets. I did downsize this, by the way, when I downsized all my collections. And this is just what I kept. So obviously I have an emotional attachment to my NCT cards over other collections. Because it's the one I cut down the least amount on excess members. Like, for other collections, it's like if you weren't my bias, you got kicked to the curb. For this, it was like, I can't do that. So, yeah. Anyways. Here's NCTU stuff. And also from their DVD. I can't even... NCT Nation. I was like, oh my gosh. NCT Nation DVD from... that I got recently. So, yes. This is my NCT binder. Yeah. I was literally talking with my friends because we were talking about how it was hard for me to get rid of NCT cards. And I was like, honestly, I think it's because right now they're really the most recent group that I've gotten into. Because before them, it was Ateez, and I really like bought a bunch of Ateez stuff, and then now it's NCT. So we'll see if I end up keeping all of these cards. I for sure will not get rid of my bias, because unlike Ateez, my biases are not really overwhelming to collect, and even back collecting on my biases in NCT wasn't hard. Like, I'm pretty much done with my biases on back collecting. Whereas with Wooyoung, it was so hard not to bring down Ateez again. I mean, it's really nothing against Ateez. It's just that it was so hard to back collect for Ateez. And I'm sure if you're an Ateez collector, you probably understand that. But it wasn't hard with NCT, so... Anyways, but yes, this was my NCT binder. This was one of the 3 NCT binders I have. This is just my non-bias binder. So let's go ahead and jump into the second NCT binder. Okay, now we are on to my second of my NCT binders, and I am here with my Mark and my Taeyong binder. They are not my alt bias in NCT, but they are my bias, a part of my bias line. So I do collect album photo cards for them for their respective groups. So for Taeyong, I collect him for his solo and 127. And then for Mark, I collect him if he ever releases a solo album. Fingers crossed for 2025. I'll collect him for that. And then I also collect him for Dream. However, if I pull Mark for something 127 related, I keep it. Same with Taeyong. If I ever pull him for something maybe NCTU related, I would also keep him. So, yeah. As for pobs, I do occasionally pick up pobs like these right here, or pobs from Shalala. And so you will see me get pobs for them. But for the most part, it's just album cards. So, yeah. And as you can see, I am missing quite a bit of Taeyong cards. I do have quite a few, like actually a lot of Taeyong cards in my, I say a lot. I have quite a few in my Pokemarket warehouse that I just recently applied for shipping on. So, those will hopefully be here soon. But for my, I guess, another goal of mine for next year is to finish Taeyong's album cards. This one will probably be harder because a lot of his are older album cards, and those do tend to be a little bit more expensive than some of his more recent releases. I still love this Photocard so much. So, but we'll see. But yeah, hopefully I can finish up. If not, I would say an edit to this goal would be to at least finish all of my Shalala photo cards, which that shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, anything in these like sparkly sleeves, by the way, those are pobs of Taeyong's that I have. But yeah, if I see them at my local store, because my local store does pobs occasionally, but if I see any of Taeyong's, then normally I purchase them. And here's a spot that I need to put a little filler color in. But yeah, this is it for Taeyong. Now we're on to Mark. For Mark, I am basically complete minus the most recent release. I don't do him for any... That was strange. I literally just heard a freaking firework go off. It is 3:30 in the afternoon, guys. The sun is in the sky. Why is someone popping fireworks? Okay, anyways, I'm sorry. For Mark, I'm not doing any Japanese like albums. Maybe later on when I feel like I'm in a good spot with all of my collections, I would consider doing Japanese albums. But for now, no. But for Dream, I'm complete on him, minus the most recent album, which you'll see in a second. And then I do have, I have this filler for the ID, but I don't know that I'll end up doing the ID. But anyways, I love collecting Mark. Mark, honestly, I thought that he would be my ultimate NCT bias because he's the first member I fell in love with from NCT. He was also the first NCT member that I had a photo card from, which I will show you in a second. I think I've told this story before that my friend... I used to have this photo card on display actually in my bedroom, but my friend bought this album and showed me this photo card, and I was like, that is one of the most beautiful men I've ever seen, which I know a lot of people disagree, but Mark is so cute to me. He's so adorable. But she showed me the card. Oh yeah, here's Dreamscape. I actually have some more of these on the way. I just don't remember which ones I have. I know I have the vertical flip on the way. Purchased and on the way because it's in my Poke Market. That's coming. And then I want to say it's the Real City version. It is because he's not wearing the purple jacket in this one, but it's not the S Mini. This is the one where he has the headphones. But anyways, I think Mark is so cute. And so, yeah, when my friend showed me this photo card, I was like, I want that. So I literally bought an NCT album just so I could trade her whoever I pulled for that Mark photo card, which was this beauty right here. It's literally just a basic album photo card, but that started my love for NCT and for Mark. So yeah, when I really got in, like, because I still didn't start collecting NCT at that time, but when I started collecting NCT, I was like, I have to collect Mark. Like, there's no doubt about it. So yeah. And he's such an awesome performer. I literally cannot believe that I got into NCT this year and I got to see Dream this year, or got into NCT this year. It's 2025, guys. I got into NCT last year at the beginning because I got into him in January. That's when I really started collecting for him, was in January, right before 10 released his solo album. And then my collection's grown so much for them. And oh, by the way, these are just excess fillers over here. Some of them are already filled out in case I ever decide to collect Japanese albums. But, yeah. Sorry, I just got distracted. Anyways, last year I got into collecting them, and then I got to see Dream last year, and then this year I'm going to get to see 127, although it won't be all of 127, which I'm a little sad about, but I'm still excited to get to see 127 nonetheless. So I'm going to see them, and then I am going to get to maybe, hopefully, if, I don't know, maybe 10 or Wavy. I would love to see Wavy. I would die to see Wavy live. And not that I wouldn't die to see 10 solo live, but I think Wavy would just be so epic. So I would love to see either one of them come to the States for a tour. And if they do that, you will catch me there. I don't care what city, what state it's in, I will travel. But anyways, that's it for this binder. That was a rant, sorry. But I've been so blessed to get to see, you know, these groups live. And so can't wait for 127 in March. If you're going to be at the, I think I'm seeing them in San Antonio. I don't know. My friend was just like, 127's coming near us. Do you want to see him? And I was like, yes. I don't know the venue. I don't really even know the date. I know it's March. I'm pretty positive it's San Antonio. We'll see. But I'm excited nonetheless. So anyways, let's move on to my last NCT binder, which is my 10 binder. Okay, here we are with my 10 binder, my brand new 10 binder. Because if you watched my last video, y'all got to see me move him into here with my makeshift, you know, cover for it. We'll address that later, but this is my collection. This has grown probably out of every single collection I have. This one has grown the most, even out of my Hyunjin Stray Kids collection, which we know that grew, and then it's a lot less now. But this is, even with that, even taking out the downsizing of Stray Kids, I still collected more 10 past year probably. But yeah, no shame in my game though. I literally am obsessed with my 10 collection. I love it so much. And yeah, I'm excited for the possibility of a new solo album. Maybe we'll get more cat cards. Love these. But yeah, either way, this is my 10 collection. There are still some missing album photo cards, which hopefully that is going to be another goal, is to complete 10's album cards. This may be the hardest of all of the album cards to complete because, for example, this one right here, this takeoff card, it is like $40. So I'm going to try my best to complete album cards. I do need to do fillers in here. This is frequency in the highest. So I'm going to try my best though to complete his album cards, but will I? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, 10, it literally was so shocking for me that how fast I collected most of his album cards. Like, very shocking. And I do have some on the way, like this one. Finally, I've had this sitting in my warehouse for like 2 months. But yeah, now we're getting into solo pubs. Yeah. Now, this is not in my collecting goal. Like, yes, I would love to get these, but this is not like by next year, by 2026, do I want to have all of these complete? No. It's just like, I would like to eventually. For his solo album, as we know, I did discuss that in this downsizing, I wasn't going to be a completionist for like anyone, especially on Pobs. I used to try to be a pop completionist, but not anymore. But yeah. I'm very proud with what I have gotten for 10 though. And I cannot wait for him to release a second solo album. I probably will do a lot of his pobs like I did for his solo album. I probably will do the same for his next one. Just because it's kind of easy with solo artists to do their pobs because you don't have the option of random cards in there. Like you literally just know you're going to get a 10 pob if you purchase from the store. So yeah, I would love to get more On My Youth pobs. I love On My Youth. This is literally like the album that solidified that Wavy was indeed like my favorite subunit from NCT, but they're also expensive, so we'll see. Give Me That. I actually have most of the pobs from Give Me That. They're not all on hand. I still have, mainly the ones that I'm missing is the KM Station fansign pobs, but, and then these, of course, but I have pretty much all of these, minus a few. But yeah. Now we get into like random like merch cards and NCT Zone. This is probably where these, like this section's probably where I'll downsize on collecting stuff for 10. But yeah, not for solo stuff. Solo stuff, I'll still try to, you know, do what I've been doing. But for group stuff, yes, this is kind of like, as I get it and stuff. But yeah, this was a Christmas gift, this little print Christmas one, and this Chromie. So cute. So cute. I will also, if I don't buy Wavy's Season's Greetings, like I mentioned earlier, then I will still probably buy his like little photo cards from their Season's Greetings. So yeah. More merch stuff. And then all of his like more merch stuff from like solo album. I realized that I'm probably out of frame on this. Whoops. And then album inclusions over here. It's crazy that I've moved 10 since getting his, like, starting to collect him. He's been in, like, 1, 2... This is either his 3rd or 4th binder that I've put him in. Which is absolutely bonkers. By the way, this is Give Me That merch. I love these. These are literally, like, my favorite. I don't know if it's the color combo or what. It's just so striking to my eyes. But yeah. Yeah, he's been in like 3 or 4 binders. I don't know why this sheet's acting like it doesn't fit. It does. But yeah. That is my 10 collection. He is finally in a binder that he can grow a little bit more before completely filling up. Like with the purple binder that I used to have him in that I moved him out of, it's like it's like literally, as soon as I put him in that binder, he was already too big for it. So now he can grow, his collection can grow, and I hope that it does. I'm really looking forward to seeing how much this collection grows over the next year. And hopefully it'll grow in a way of me completing his album cards, because that is a goal. But yeah. Anyways, that is it for this binder. On to the next. Now we are moving into my Stray Kids stuff. This collection used to be the biggest out of every single collection I had. Stray Kids is what I would consider still my alt group. I love Stray Kids so much, and I'm actually getting to see them again. Woo, blessings. I'm getting to see them in June, and I'm so excited for that. And so, yeah. But yeah, their collection, like I said, was my biggest at the time. It may still be the biggest. I have not really like counted how many photo cards I have. But with that also came the biggest downsizing that I have ever done. And so, yeah. Right now we're looking at this like blank binder, and it is full of photo cards, but a goal of mine looking at this and with my 10 binder is to make covers for each of my binders. So kind of make them all cute and deco and stuff like that. I would love to make covers for the front and backs of my binder, and even maybe even the sides, just to make like my binders look really cute and whatnot. And so that is another goal of mine this next year. But yeah, this binder definitely needs a lot of work. A lot of work. But the most change happened to this binder because, as we know, I decided to stop collecting OT8 for Stray Kids. Now, I still have stuff for OT8 because I was like, I can't get rid of all of my OT8 ones. So then all of this is going to be what I did keep, minus Hyunjin. He's in his own binder, but this is what I decided to keep as far as my OT8 collection goes. Do I still love Stray Kids? Yes. I didn't downsize because I didn't love them. I downsized because it honestly was just overwhelming for me to collect OTA and also collect for the other groups that I've added on. I think I may have said this in my video last week, like if I was only collecting Stray Kids, then it wouldn't be hard for me to do OTA, and I don't think I would have downsized if I was only collecting Stray Kids. But it's that I was collecting Stray Kids and 4 other groups, you know? So, yeah. But like I said, I still love Stray Kids. And yeah, I still consider them to be my ults. Which I know is questioned a lot since I, collect, 10, and I don't know. I would still say that Hyunjin is an ult of mine as well for as far as biases go, but I do consider 10 to be my ult as well. I'm like, I can't choose between the two of them, like, at all. So, right here we have, like, I think this is where it starts, where I have some POB sets. So this is like a Target set from Maxident, and then MMT from Maxident. And then we get into the album stuff. I just put the POBs that I had full sets of with the album that they went with, honestly. That was kind of my thinking. I really hope to make this binder cuter in the new year. Right now, it's just, like, ugly. I mean, it's not ugly, like, of course, the photo cards in here, but I don't know. They could be much cuter. Much cuter, this binder could. So, we're going to work this out the next year, hopefully. This is, I think, Barnes & Noble. No, this is Target. I'm wrong. This is Target. I think this is Apple Music, Soundwave, Sony, and then album cards. 5-star, I had a lot of like OT8 sets, and I just refused to get rid of them because why would I when I love them so much? This was my problem with downsizing, though, which is why I still have so much. But, hey, I'm proud of what I did downsize so far. And for Rockstar, this is Target and Soundwave, which I think were the only 2 OT8 sets I did. And then album cards. It is very strange. I said this in my video last week. 8, no, not 8. I mean, 8 technically is the first, like, comeback that I didn't do OT8, but I started doing OT8 with 8. Hop is the very first one where I was like, I am not doing OT8 at all. And so, it's been weird, you know, trading and all that for the first time. So, yeah. Speaking of 8, here's what I did do for, you know, OT8 stuff, which isn't much at all. But it's a little something, you know. Just a little something. And then these are album cards of other members that I decided to keep from what I had OT8, which is basically my bias line. And then this one IN card. But all of these others are my bias line members. We have Lino, Felix. I love these Felix cards so much. These are probably some of my favorite Felix cards ever. And then, oh, Ahan. So, yeah. I cannot get rid of this Lino. Look at that. So cute. Actually, I want to display him on that side. Look at him. Oh, so cute. I know my friend would snatch this up immediately because I don't think she has this one in her collection, but I'm not getting rid of him. Then these are pobs of other members that I'm also not getting rid of. Once again, this is kind of a mix, actually, because we have Lino, Changbin, Cowboy Changbin, can't get rid of him. This Felix, Felix, Han, we have Minsung unit over here. This Chun, I refuse to get rid of this card ever. Look at this. I love this card so much. And then, yeah, another Felix down here, so that's that. And then I did keep one of my signed postcards. I am selling the rest if you're interested. Maybe one of these days I'll finally get it posted on Instagram. But if you're curious about anything I'm selling, I did post a clip at the end of last week's video that showed everything I was selling. So, but I did, from that, I kept a Lino signed postcard from 8. So, yeah, that was all album related stuff. This is like membership type stuff, which does have Hyunjin back in the mix. This is also membership. I was like, is this membership? It is. I probably won't do membership again just because. Then we have DVDs and Blu-rays from Japan and all that. But yeah. Some of the most recent sets I put in here. I hope y'all can see through the holographic sleeves. I'm honestly not sure. And then this isn't OT8, but it's like a merch thing from my bias line that I decided to keep. And then this is all Japan full group cards from Japanese merch, which I am no longer doing at all. So these ones that I have are the ones that I have. And yeah, I'm not getting any more after this. So I said it in last week's video, this binder will probably grow quite slow because of the fact that I am not collecting any more OT8 stuff. And so, yeah, it will grow the slowest. Unless by chance I get something that is full member, then it will go into this binder and all that. But yeah, other than that, this is the end of my Stray Kids OT8 binder. And yeah, this binder is full, but like I said, it won't be growing much. It will be growing very slowly, but yeah, there are still a few photo cards that have like fillers in it because I didn't actually have those for my OT8 collection. And so I will end up getting those cards still, but that is not a goal of mine. That's just like, If I see it for a good price and I have some extra money laying around, then I may do that. But from now on, this binder's not my priority. But yeah, that is the end of this binder. Now we're going to move on to, it seems like this video actually went by kind of quick. I assumed it would be long, but I think because of the fact that I have cut down my collection so much, I only have one binder left, and that is my Hyunjin binder. So let's get into it. Okay, so here's my Hyunjin binder, but before we get into it, I would like to show the photo cards that I have on display in my room because they would be a part of this collection, but I have them on display because I like them so much. Starting with the card that, honestly, I don't know why I have this one on display. I just love this card so much. And so, yeah, he's on display because I love him so much. And it is this one right here. It is Han from one of the Dome Tour stops in Japan. I love this card so much. I don't know why. He just looks so good. So, yeah, he's on display in this Han Quokka, like, top loader from one of their merch drops. So, there's that one. Then we have this Hyunjin. I showed this last year. My friend gave this little thing, this little photo card display thing to me for Christmas last year, and I immediately put this Hyunjin. I think it's with fans from Go Live or In Life. I honestly can't remember. I think it's In Life. But yes, I love this beautiful hollow photo card. He's always on display on my desk, so super cute. Then we move into signed stuff, and this is like, I don't know, this was a recent rearrangement. I used to have all of my signed Maxident photo cards in here, but I recently got rid of 2 of them. I sold 2 of them, so I now have changed it. So for right now, I have this signed Taeyong in it. And I'm hoping y'all can see that signature. And then I have my signed Hyunjin and my signed Felix Maxident photo cards in here as well. Last but not least, the card that has been on display since the day I bought it is my Hyunjin Red Lights photo card. I love this photo card so much for no reason, honestly. Like, there are better photo cards of Hyunjin, and he looks beautiful and like more beautiful on some other photo cards. But when I started collecting Stray Kids and Hyunjin, that literally was the only photo card that I wanted. I don't know why. So it was a goal of mine to get him. And so now that I have him, it's like he's staying on display in there forever. So yeah, those are the photo cards that I have on display in my room. It hasn't changed much, honestly. I think the only one that's been added to this collection since last year's video was I took away the Chan and the Changbin signed Maxident photo cards, and I got the signed Taeyong, and now he's on display. So there is that. But yeah, without further ado, though, we will get into the very last binder that I have, and this is my Hyunjin binder. Now, this houses all of my Hyunjin album cards, my Hyunjin Pobs, and, you know, miscellaneous Hyunjin cards. Yeah, I recently moved him into this binder. And so It's missing some like fillers and stuff like that to make it aesthetically pleasing, but for the most part, this is what it is. This year, since I'm no longer collecting OT8 for Skiz, I think I should be able to complete all of Hyunjin's photo cards. Really? For album cards, I'm not missing that much from him. Sorry, I know I just backtracked all of this, but I'm really not missing that much as far as album cards go for Hyunjin. So, that's why I'm like, I think I can do it. Sadly, the thing about the cards that I am missing, they are the expensive ones because they're from the early albums, you know? And so, yeah. And then I'm missing some 8 cards. And this is Hop. I'm missing 1 Hop card, which will go right here. And it's the Nemo card. But I was very blessed with my friends helping me get my Hyunjin collection down for Hop. And then here's unit cards. I don't know that I will continue collecting units for Hyunjin. I mean, maybe things like this, but I don't think I'll back collect the units, honestly. So, yeah. Now we're getting into POBs. These are my signed stuff from Hyunjin. So we have the 5-star, Rockstar, 8, and then Hop will go here when I get it, which I do have a trade set up. It just hasn't been completed because of the holiday. So, yeah. And then we have POBs for Hyunjin. I have 2 spaces on this page because these 2 POBs are on display in my bedroom. But yeah, for POBs, I am probably like going to stick with only doing a 9 pocket moving forward. So I've already downsized what I currently have, and I'm going to keep it how it is, but moving forward, it will just be, you know, a 9 pocket because this just got so overwhelming doing POBs for Hyunjin. He is literally so hard to join group orders for, and then he's expensive on resale, so yeah. Moving forward, he will be just a 9 pocket. I'll get 9 POBs and call it a day. Now, I do have some 8 POBs that I hopefully will get the new year from a group order, which I'll pick and choose. So those I won't, you know, get rid of all of them just to make it a 9 pocket. But for Hop and on, it'll be just a 9 pocket. Unless by chance I see the Photocard previews and I'm like, no, I don't want 9 of those. Which I doubt happens because he's beautiful. He makes anything look great. So, yeah. This is some Japanese album photo cards. I don't really intend to collect Japanese albums, so there's that. That'll probably be the end of Japanese cards, honestly. And then we have, like, Japanese POBs, essentially. And then we have Japanese unit cards. I love this most recent unit from Giant. It is so cute of him and Felix. But yeah, and then we have Japanese like venue cards from like Dome Tour and all that stuff. So there's those. I love these cards. Those are going to be hard to resist moving forward, but I can't do every single one of them. And then we have merch stuff back here. And Season's Greetings, The Unveil, and then Stay Zone, like broadcast card, yeah. And then we have extra pages back here that we can fill into. And so, yeah. That is my Hyunjin collection. I was very sad, honestly, to let a lot of this collection go. It was a really hard decision for me. But honestly, flipping through it right now, I'm really pleased with what I have. I still have a lot of cards for Hyunjin, and I kept what I wanted. Like, it's not like I got rid of a card that I like literally was like crying about. You know, it was just like, I don't know. Like, yes, it was a hard decision to be like, yes, no, but at the end of the day, I feel good about what I let go of. It was, like I said, a hard decision, but it was necessary. If I'm going to continue collecting and all that moving forward, I, needed to make this change. So, yeah. But with that literally was the end of my photo card collection. So insane. So insane. I do have, inclusion binders and stuff like that, but I don't care to include them in this video because it's nothing that, it's nothing that was like, oh my gosh. Some other goals of mine that I did not talk about. So let me look through my list. I did make a little list to make sure I hit points. So the last few goals that I want to hit are for YouTube specifically. So the first one being my uploading schedule. I know that for a while there, I was uploading once a week and, I was really trying to make that work. But along with collecting, filming and uploading every week started to get overwhelming when it was mixing with my personal life. So because I had a lot going on towards the end of the year, things just kind of dropped off. And so I was like, you know what? I think I'll make better content and stuff like that if I kind of change how I upload. So I'm going to try to upload at least 2 times a month now. So maybe every other week I'll have a video. So you'll have this one for this first week of January, and then you'll have another one in a couple of weeks before the end of January. And then my second goal. So I mentioned that I want to do binder covers for all my binders that, of course, are not like this. But like my BTS, my Enhypen, my 10, and my Stray Kids binder. Those are all binders I can make covers for. So with that, I'm thinking I may do some DIY videos or like, artsy type videos for my collections. And so if you think you'd be into that, let me know down below. But that's kind of like a goal of mine to do more videos like that. Not where it's constantly like, look what I bought, look at what I bought, look at what I bought. Let me store these photo cards now. Not that I don't think that y'all like those videos. It's just like a lot of repetitiveness. So maybe doing more fun videos. Adding on to the fun type of videos, there's 2 more types of videos that I kind of am thinking I want to make in the next year. And that is, I've been asked a couple times, maybe more than a couple times, to film a room tour. And I mentioned earlier that, my collection, the way it's viewed on my shelves right now is just kind of a mess. Like, I would love to do a video. So that I may have a video where I organize my K-pop collection, or I may organize it and then just do a room tour type thing. So if you'd like to see that, also let me know. The only problem with that one is I may be moving into a new place. So yeah, my lease is up in May at my current apartment. So I may be moving to a new apartment. So we'll have to see about all of that, how that would play out. And then the last one that I kind of had down is that I'm going to concerts. For sure, I'm going to 2. I'm going to 127 and Stray Kids. And so I think if y'all are into it, I may do a concert vlog or like a concert prep vlog of like me getting my light stick and all that ready for the concert, picking out outfits and whatnot. So I may do that if that's something that y'all would like to see, but I don't know. It's all depending on what y'all want to watch and what y'all want to see. But this year I would like to be more creative with my channel, not just leave it strictly to this being your view all the time of like my desk with my photo cards or my binders and whatnot. So I want to make it more fun, and maybe that'll help me, you know, not get so bogged down with collecting and stuff like that, you know. So anyways, that really is all I had for collection goals and YouTube goals and stuff like that. So yeah, that is going to be it. Okay, guys, that is the end of this video. It wasn't as long as I thought it would be, which I guess is not a bad thing. But yeah, at this point, I'm in really good spirits going into next year, this year, because it is January 1st already. But I'm in really good spirits about this next year of collecting, and you know, I can't wait to see how my collection grows. I'm going to stick with my goals. Here is my collecting goals for the next year. Yes, I'm going to try to stick with those. As I complete them, I may check them off this list, and you may see them in a video where I'm like, ding, completed this. And then here are my YouTube video goals. Got it? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, maybe making this list where y'all can see it. Y'all can hold me accountable. Maybe in like June, if you haven't seen that I've been putting away cards for these collections I've been trying to complete, you can be like, yo girl, what's up? But yeah, I look forward to this next year of collecting. I look forward to this next year of filming videos. And who knows, hopefully you'll see some more fun, creative videos coming from me versus just showing you my collection, you know. So with that being said, I will see you in the next video of mine. I'm thinking it'll be a Poke Market haul because I did just apply for shipping. So be on the lookout. There's some good cards in it that have been sitting in my warehouse for 2 months. So yeah, that'll be the next video you see from me more than likely. But yeah, if you like this video, let me know. And yeah, if you have any comments on like what would be fun to see from me, let me know down below. Or any questions or anything like that. I love to talk with everyone who leaves comments. So yeah. Other than that, Happy New Year. I hope everyone achieves what they want to achieve for their collecting goals for this next year. And I hope everyone has a great year. Bye, everyone.